Yeah, good morning, guys. In the last session, we discussed about AWS, AWS Cloud, in-house infrastructure, cloud infrastructure, and AWS details also. And we started our discussion related to AWS services overview. In the AWS, 200 plus services are available. I have listed down some of the services which are very important here. EC2 service. EC2 stands for Elastic Compute Cloud. It is used to create virtual machines. Now, in the AWS, there is a service called EC2. By using EC2, we can create virtual machines, right? So we need some machines to set up our infrastructure. That machine, instead of purchasing a machine, you can create that machine using AWS Cloud. Which service will provide the machines for us? AWS EC2. EC2 stands for Elastic Compute Cloud. EC2 stands for Elastic Compute Cloud. It is used to create virtual machines. So tomorrow I want to run my application in a server. Who will provide the server for us? AWS will provide the server for us. Which service will provide the server? EC2, Elastic Compute Cloud. Here in the EC2, there are some machines which are available for free of cost. You can use those machines free of cost for 1 year. So when we are learning this AWS, I will be using several EC2 machines. You see, I'm using total 17 machines in the AWS cloud to conduct these classes. So because multiple batches are there for DevOps and AWS for Java, for those people I'm using AWS cloud infrastructure. You see, 17 machines are created in my AWS account. Some machines for Tomcat, Sonar machines, Nexus machines, Jenkins machine, Docker machine, Kubernetes machine, Ansible machine, right? Web servers, Terraform machine. So I created 17 instances. What is the current state of these instances? These are currently stopped state. Stopped state. Most of the machines are T2 micro. Why I am using T2 micro? T2 micro is free. T2 micro is free. Got it? So when you want to create a EC2 instance, we will go with the T2 micro. T2 micro is free for 1 year. AWS will not charge anything when you go for T2 micro, right? EC2 is used to create virtual machines. Next one, EBS. For every machine, one operating system is required. Without operating system, we cannot use that machine. So to store the operating system in the EC2 instance, AWS will provide EBS, Elastic Block Storage. So here it is, EBS is like a hard disk for our machine or a pen drive for our machine. I want to store some data in the machine. So to store the data in the machine, we need EBS, that is Elastic Block Store. You see, Elastic Block Store is available. Volumes concept is available. Snapshots concept is available. It is this Elastic Block Store is like storage, VM storage. We are going to create a virtual machine using EC2. To store the data in the EC2, we will use EBS, Elastic Block Store. Next one, load balancer. When our application is running in one server, lot of traffic will come. So the server may not be able to handle all the traffic. For that, we will use a load balancer. Within the EC2 only, there is a concept called a load balancing, load balancers. We will create a load balancer in order to distribute the traffic. So the traffic will be diverted to multiple servers. Instead of giving the load to a single server, we will distribute the load to multiple servers by using load balancer. Auto scaling. Within the EC2 only auto scaling is available. Auto scaling means based on the traffic, increase the servers or decrease the servers. In the normal day, less number of requests will come. In the big billion day, more number of requests will come. When less number of requests are coming, reduce the traffic, reduce the infrastructure. When the more number of traffic is coming, then increase the infrastructure. So how to automate this infrastructure increasing and decreasing? For that, we are going to use auto scaling concept. Next one, RDS, relational database. If I want to create a database in the AWS, then I will go for RDS service, managed relational database service, like Oracle database, MySQL database, DynamoDB, Aurora DB. Like this, we can create a database in the cloud. Instead of we are purchasing the database servers, we can create the database in the AWS cloud. Then AWS will take care of security, backup, recovery, network, power, everything. We can just create a database using AWS Cloud. It is a cloud database. AWS supporting for Aurora, MySQL, MariaDB, Postgres, Oracle, MS SQL Server, like this different databases are supported by AWS. If you set up the database on your own, then you need to take care of security, backup, power, network, n number of things. But if you go for AWS, cloud database will be available. So how to create a database in the AWS cloud? RDS. Good. Next one, VPC. VPC is used to create network for our resources in the AWS cloud. VPC service is available. Isolated cloud resources. We are going to create our resources in the AWS cloud by using VPC. VPC nothing but virtual private cloud. S3. S3 simple storage service. Unlimited storage. Scalable storage in the cloud. How much data you want, that much data you can store in the AWS cloud by using S3 service. Store and retrieve any amount of data from anywhere. Any amount of data you can store and retrieve from anywhere using this S3. S3 is a storage service. Next, Beanstalk. So we will understand what is this Beanstalk. Beanstalk is a platform which is provided by AWS to run your application. That is Elastic Beanstalk. Run and manage web applications easily by using this Beanstalk service, Elastic Beanstalk. End-to-end web application management service. Easily deploy your web application in the fraction of minutes. So if your application is ready, if your application coding is completed, within fraction of minutes, you can run your application. You can make it as production grade application within minutes by using Beanstalk service. AWS will provide you platform to run your application by using Beanstalk. CloudWatch. CloudWatch is used to monitor AWS resources. CloudWatch is used to monitor AWS resources. Now we created EC2. How these EC2 instances are running? What is the CPU utilization of this EC2 that we can monitor by using CloudWatch? So what is the CloudWatch? Monitor resources and applications. How your resources are running in the AWS, you can monitor by using CloudWatch. If something is going wrong, my EC2 instance is not working properly, or heavy traffic is coming to my EC2 instance, then I can configure one alarm. It will send a notification to my mail and my mobile number when my resources are not working properly. That monitoring you can do for your resources by using CloudWatch. Lambdas. Lambdas are for serverless computing. So you can run your code without thinking about servers. AWS will take care of your servers to run the application. Run code without thinking about servers. It is for serverless computing. Lambdas are used for serverless computing. Got it? Cloud formation. Create infrastructure using code. You can create the infrastructure using cloud formation service in the AWS. Create and manage the resources with the templates. You no need to use this GUI concept to create the infrastructure. You can write some code also to create the infrastructure. Got it? ECS to run the Docker containers, Elastic containers. We are going to use Docker to run our application. To run the Docker containers, we can use this ECS, Elastic Container Service. Highly secure, reliable, scalable way to run our containers. Similarly, we have EKS, Elastic Kubernetes Service, the most trusted way to start, run, and scale your Kubernetes clusters. Elastic Kubernetes Service, Amazon EKS, fully managed Kubernetes control plane. If we are using Kubernetes for orchestration purpose, then we can go for EKS service in the AWS, fully managed Kubernetes cluster we are going to get from AWS using EKS. Like that, there are so many services are available in AWS. I hope you got the clarity. What is AWS? What is cloud computing? First of all, what is cloud computing? What is on-premise infrastructure? On-premise infrastructure, I hope you understood what is infrastructure. Infrastructure nothing but the resources which are required to develop and run our application. What is on-premise infrastructure? On-premise infrastructure. On-premise infrastructure nothing but we are purchasing and we are setting up that infrastructure within our company to run the application. That is called on-premise infrastructure. Third one, problems with the on-premise. Problems with on-premise infrastructure. What are the problems? Money, time, efforts. Lot of things we need to invest. Problems with on-premise infrastructure. So to overcome the problems of on-premise infrastructure, we are going for cloud computing. What is this cloud computing? It is the process of delivering on-demand resources over the internet with pay-as-you-go pricing. Okay, who are the cloud providers? So cloud computing, cloud advantages. There are so many advantages. Less cost, pay-as-you-go pricing, scalability, availability, reliability, security, backup, recovery. So many things are available. When you go for a cloud, there are so many advantages. You just focus on your application development, remaining stuff will be taken care by cloud provider. So cloud providers available in the market. Not only AWS guys, not only Amazon, there are several cloud providers also available in the market. Okay, now what is AWS? What is AWS? AWS stands for Amazon Web Services. AWS stands for Amazon Web Services. It is one of the leading cloud platform in the market. AWS providing 200 plus services. AWS providing 200 plus services. AWS services overview. AWS services overview. There are 200 plus services are available. We discussed about some of the services which are very important for every project. AWS services overview. And I have given AWS account creation document. AWS free tier account creation. For 1 year, we can use AWS for free of cost. No need to pay the money. Free tier account creation we have discussed. Are you guys clear with these all concepts? Infrastructure, on-premise infrastructure, or we can also call it as in-house infrastructure. In-house infrastructure. Problems with on-premise infrastructure. What is cloud computing? What is cloud computing? Cloud advantages. Cloud providers available in the market. What is AWS? AWS services overview. AWS free tier account creation. Are you comfortable with all these things? Anybody having any questions on these topics? If you have a question, just note it down. We can take those questions at the end of the session. Okay. All right. Next one. Before going to start our practicals, guys, I will explain you one small concept in the cloud. Cloud service types. Cloud service types. Cloud service types. Cloud service types are categorized into three types. One is called as IaaS. Second one is called as PaaS. Third one is called as SaaS. IaaS, PaaS, SaaS. Now, cloud services are divided into three types: IaaS, PaaS, SaaS. What is the meaning of IaaS? IaaS nothing but infrastructure as a service. PaaS nothing but platform as a service. SaaS nothing but software as a service. Software as a service. So how you want to use cloud services for your project or for your business? So cloud services are available in these three ways, three types: SaaS, PaaS, IaaS. IaaS nothing but infrastructure as a service. PaaS nothing but platform as a service. SaaS nothing but software as a service. Now, simple example, Ashok IT conducting online classes through Zoom. Did we develop that Zoom project, or we are using the Zoom project which is developed by somebody? How we are conducting the classes using Zoom? Zoom is one application. Zoom is one software project which is developed by other company, right? We are paying monthly license for the Zoom and we are using Zoom software to conduct the classes. That means somebody developed software we are using to run our business. That is software as a service. Another thing is Google Drive. We are using Google Drive to store our videos, to store our files, to store our notes, to store our data. Google Drive is one storage. Google Drive is Google company product. We are using to store our data for our business. So that means Google is providing Drive as a service for you. Zoom is providing Zoom application as a service for your business. So if you are using somebody developed application for your business, then that means you are using software as a service. You are using software as a service. So the software as a service examples, Google Drive, Zoom is an example for that. Dropbox is an example for that. Salesforce Cloud is there. Salesforce Cloud is a SaaS platform to manage your company business, to manage your customers, customer relationship management, Salesforce CRM. That is a SaaS platform. So if Salesforce, some people, I think you might have your friends who are working on Salesforce job, Salesforce technology, right? So what is that Salesforce? Salesforce is a SaaS platform. Salesforce is a SaaS platform. Salesforce is an American cloud-based software company headquartered in San Francisco, California. It provides customer relationship management software and applications focused on sales, customer service, marketing automation, analytics, and application development. So they already developed the application that is called Salesforce. Using this Salesforce application, you can manage your business, you can manage your customer, you can automate your leads, all the things you can do. CRM software, Salesforce is a CRM software. The Salesforce comes under SaaS platform. Salesforce is one application which is developed by a company. That Salesforce application our companies are using to manage the company business. That is a SaaS platform. Got it? So they will take care of the development, they will take care of the infrastructure. Ready-made software is available to use. That is called SaaS platform. That is called SaaS platform. Ready-made software. Ready-made software is available. Software as a service. And for example, if you go for Udemy is also one of the SaaS platform. So many trainers are posting their videos on the Udemy. So many trainers are sharing their videos on the Udemy. How these people uploaded the videos on the Udemy? Did they develop the Udemy? No. Udemy software developed by one company. People are using this Udemy to publish their courses, teach on Udemy. So if you are a trainer, you can create a course, video course, self-recorded videos, you can post in the Udemy. So people will purchase your video, then you will get some money, Udemy will get some money. So this Udemy software as a service we are using. So software as a service. Udemy is also software as a service. They will provider will give you application. They will develop, they will manage everything, they will take care. You just need to use it. You pay the money for using. That's it. Next one, platform. What is platform as a service? Provider will give runtime to execute our application directly. Provider will give runtime to execute our application directly. So here I told you Elastic Beanstalk in the AWS. Elastic Beanstalk, AWS Elastic Beanstalk is one of the example for this PaaS model. So that means you no need to bother about what servers you need to create, what infrastructure you need to create. Ready-made infrastructure. PaaS nothing but ready-made infrastructure. ready-made platform or ready-made runtime. So if you want to run your application, you need a server, you need some Java software, you need some servers, you need something to execute your application. Instead of you are creating the infrastructure on your own, they will provide you ready-made platform to run your project. You just upload your code and run it. You just upload your code and run it. That is called platform as a service. So everything they will give you, you just need to develop the application and you need to run your application. So platform as a service, software as a service. When we are going for cloud, services are divided into three types. SaaS service, SaaS is available, PaaS is available, IaaS is available. SaaS means you no need to do anything. They will give you one project, they will develop, they will take care of infrastructure, you just to use it. You just to use it. You pay the money on monthly basis. That's it. Next one, PaaS, platform as a service. So they will create the infrastructure, they will manage the infrastructure. You just need to run your code on the platform given by provider. In the AWS, which is service will give you platform as a service, Elastic Beanstalk. I told you here, Elastic Beanstalk service is available, ready-made platform to run our application. If your code is ready, you can run that code using Elastic Beanstalk. You no need to think about servers. You no need to think about load balancing. You no need to think about anything. Just you upload your code and you execute it. AWS will take care of that. AWS will take care of that. Beanstalk, ready-made platform to run our application. Next, IaaS. IaaS, infrastructure. Cloud provider will give machines, storage, and network. We need to configure, we need to prepare environment to run our application. Cloud provider will give you storage, cloud provider will give you machines, then network. So by using this storage, this network, these machines, we need to prepare our environment to run our application. AWS is famous for IaaS only, infrastructure as service. So later they added this platform as a service also. Initially, AWS came into market with IaaS model. Now AWS is supporting for PaaS also. If you go for IaaS, some things will be given by the cloud provider, remaining things you have to manage. When you go for PaaS, everything they will give you, you just need to run your application. When you go for SaaS platform, you don't even need to develop the code also. Here in the platform PaaS model, ready-made platform, provider will give the runtime to execute our application directly, develop the application and run it. We need to develop our application. We need to develop the project and we can run directly using PaaS model. Here, provider will take care of infrastructure. Provider will develop the application. Provider will prepare the runtime. Provider will prepare infrastructure. Provider will prepare infrastructure. Provider will manage everything. Provider will manage everything. We just need to use their application. We just need to use their application for our business. If you go for SaaS model, software as a service, provider will develop the application. You no need to do the development. You no need to prepare the infrastructure. You no need to manage anything. They will take care of everything. We just need to use their application for our business. For example, Google Drive, you just to store your data. They will take care of security. They will take care of network. They will take care of a backup in the Google Drive. You pay the money for Zoom. You can conduct the online classes. You are not developing Zoom. You are not maintaining the Zoom. You are just paying monthly license using the Zoom to conduct the meetings. So now Ashok IT is using Zoom software to conduct the classes. We are paying money for Zoom. So that means we are using Zoom application as SaaS, software as a service. Some company developed Zoom project. We are paying money on monthly basis to use their application. So Ashok IT doing business using Zoom. Zoom is a SaaS, software as a service. We are not developing the Zoom. We are not creating the infrastructure for Zoom. We are not managing the Zoom. We are directly using the Zoom to run our classes. This is SaaS model. Salesforce Cloud is a SaaS platform. Companies will manage their business. They manage their customers using Salesforce Cloud. Salesforce is a SaaS platform. Our AWS is IaaS model. Infrastructure as a service. AWS will give you machines. AWS will give you storage. AWS will give you database. AWS will give you network. AWS will give you security. AWS will give you recovery, availability, scalability, reliability. All these things will be given by AWS. We are going to prepare the infrastructure. We are going to prepare the environment given by AWS to run our application, infrastructure as a service. So AWS is even providing platform as a service also. If you want to set up infrastructure on your own by taking the machines given by AWS, you can do it. If you are not interested to set up the infrastructure, then you can directly take the platform from the AWS to run your application. So let me show you IaaS versus PaaS versus SaaS. IaaS, PaaS, SaaS. Some images are there. Yeah, right. Who is going to take care of what? When we go for IaaS model, when we go for PaaS model, when you go for SaaS model, who will take care of what? Let's try to understand. All right. Let me save this image. Yeah, now look at this. Infrastructure, on-premise infrastructure, infrastructure as a service, and platform as a service, and software as a service. Here, this orange color means they will manage, others will manage, provider will manage. This color, light blue or green, I don't know what is this, can color, I think so. This we are going to manage. Orange color boxes, provider will manage. Can color boxes, we will manage. If you go for on-premises infrastructure, everything we need to manage: networking, storage, servers, virtualization, operating system, middleware, runtime, data, applications, everything we need to manage when we go for on-premise infrastructure. Right. If you go for IaaS model, that means infrastructure as a service, networking, storage, servers, virtualization, provider will manage. We need to take care of operating system, middleware, runtime, data, application. Coding we need to do. The remaining servers, storage, networking will be given by cloud provider. That is IaaS model. If you go for a platform, they will give you runtime also, execution platform. You just need to take care of your coding. You just to develop your application. You can run your application on the platform which is given by the provider. That is platform as a service. When you go for software as a service, everything they will manage. Application they will develop, infrastructure they will prepare, storage, networking, servers, operating system, runtime, they will take care of everything. That is called software as a service. If you go for a platform, you just need to focus on the project development. The environment will be prepared by provider. When you go for infrastructure, they will give you something, you need to take care of the remaining stuff. When you go for on-premises, everything you need to manage. So these are cloud services: IaaS, PaaS, SaaS. IaaS nothing but software as a service. PaaS nothing but platform as a service. SaaS nothing but software as a service. You got the point now? IaaS, cloud provider will give machines, storage, network. We need to prepare environment to run our application using services given by the cloud provider. AWS mostly used for IaaS model. Platform, AWS will provide the platform also as a service to run your application. But the thing is, if you go for platform as a service, they will take care of everything. But customization, whatever you want, you cannot do. Whatever they provide, that you need to take. So if you go for IaaS model, more options available for customization, for creating our own infrastructure. So most of the companies will prefer this. For the projects development, companies will prefer IaaS model. Few people will go for PaaS model. Infrastructure they will take from the provider directly. Some people will go for SaaS model. So they will use the applications which are developed by some companies. These are cloud services types: IaaS, PaaS, SaaS. Got it? This will come here. Cloud services. What is cloud computing? It is the on-demand delivery of resources over the internet. There are some advantages with the cloud computing. Cloud service types: IaaS, PaaS, SaaS. AWS comes under which category? AWS comes under IaaS as well as PaaS also. AWS will provide you infrastructure to set up your applications. AWS will provide you platform also. In AWS, which service is providing the platform? AWS providing which service to provide the platform? Elastic Beanstalk service is providing the platform. IaaS example means it is directly AWS resources are there. EC2, RDS, VPC, those things are IaaS services. AWS, complete AWS comes under IaaS. In the AWS, there is one service called Beanstalk. Now, coming to IaaS here, EC2 comes here, EC2 comes here, S3 comes here, VPC comes here. EC2 will provide you virtual machines, S3 will provide you storage, VPC will provide you network. Using these, you can set up your infrastructure, you can set up your runtime to run your application. If you don't want to set up infrastructure on your own, then you can go for Elastic Beanstalk, which is given by AWS. Elastic Beanstalk is called PaaS model. If you don't want to set up your infrastructure, if you don't want to develop the application also, I want ready-made solution, then go for SaaS model. For your business, what application you want, you can search for that application who is providing, then you can take it from them. Right. AWS Cloud, 2006 onwards, cloud is available. AWS Cloud is available. They are providing services based on pay-as-you-go pricing. We can use AWS services for 1 year for free of cost. For AWS Learning, we no need to pay amount for AWS for first 1 year. There are several services, 200 plus services are available in our AWS Cloud. All right. Now, so far, what we discussed in this course, I think 6 classes completed, right? 4 or 5 classes completed. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Monday, Tuesday. Today is the 5th class. Yeah. So we discussed about what is DevOps with AWS course, right? First, I explained what is DevOps with AWS, and we discussed about what is DevOps. What is DevOps? What is the purpose of this DevOps? Right. What is the DevOps? Roles and responsibilities of DevOps engineer. Roles and responsibilities of DevOps engineer. Roles and responsibilities of DevOps engineer. I explained DevOps toolchain. DevOps toolchain. What are the tools we are going to use as part of our DevOps? DevOps toolchain we discussed. Then we discussed about software development lifecycle. Software development lifecycle. Waterfall methodology. what is waterfall methodology, agile methodology, waterfall methodology, agile methodology. Then we discussed about infrastructure, on-premise infrastructure, problems with on-premises infrastructure, in-house infrastructure problems, cloud computing, cloud advantages, cloud providers, what is AWS, right? AWS Services Overview and AWS free tier account creation. 16 topics we learnt in the last 15 days, guys. So this is just introduction to start with our course. Actual course is not yet started. I'm giving the introduction for our course, what you are going to learn and what is the purpose of this DevOps and AWS in the IT. So what we are going to do in the company as a DevOps engineer. So now, can you guys quickly respond to my questions in the chat? What is the DevOps with AWS? DevOps is a culture. AWS is a cloud platform. DevOps is a process which is used to automate our application build process. What is the DevOps? DevOps is a culture. DevOps is a set of practices which is used to simplify our application delivery process. What are the roles and responsibilities of the DevOps engineer? As I already shown you, the roles and responsibilities of the DevOps engineer. DevOps engineers are responsible to automate application build process. We need to set up infrastructure in the cloud platform. Nowadays, on-premises infrastructure is not available. We need to set up the infrastructure on the cloud, AWS cloud. Set up the infrastructure, automate the build and deployment process, take the code from the GitHub, compile the code using Maven, review the code using Sonar, deploy the code using Jenkins, automate the deployment using Jenkins pipeline. Containers we are going to use to simplify the deployment. Cluster, Kubernetes cluster we will use to manage the Docker containers. Monitor your cluster by using Grafana and Prometheus, and monitor your server logs by using ELK. So these are regular activities of the DevOps engineer in the company. DevOps with AWS. AWS is a cloud platform, right? DevOps tool chain. So DevOps nothing but set of tools we are going to use to automate our process. Git, Maven, Jenkins, Sonar, Nexus, Tomcat, Ansible, Terraform, Docker, Kubernetes, Grafana, Prometheus, ELK. So there are 10 plus tools are available. There are 10 plus tools are available which we need to learn as a DevOps engineer. To become a DevOps engineer, you need to learn all the tools. Those tools we are going to use in our daily life to automate application build and deployment process. DevOps engineers are responsible to perform operations. Development team will be there, operations team will be there. You are going to work as operations engineer for the project. Developers will develop the code. You need to set up the infrastructure. You need to deploy the application. You need to release the application, not manually, through automation. How to automate? By using the tools. Those tools are called as DevOps tool chain. Software development lifecycle. So software development lifecycle is a process which represents how a project will be developed with a high quality and how a project will be delivered. Set of phases will be available. 7 or 8 phases are available. If you follow all the phases one after other, then it is called as waterfall. Nowadays, this waterfall is not suitable to develop the applications because in the waterfall methodology, everything is a step-by-step process. We can't go previous step. We can't change the requirements. We can't change the budget. So that's why people are going for agile methodology. Agile methodology, nothing but iterative methodology, continuous development, continuous delivery we need to do for the clients by using this agile methodology. In the agile methodology, the whole project will not be delivered in the single shot. The project will be delivered in multiple phases. Every phase is called as one sprint. For every sprint, we will do the planning, we will do the designing, we will do the development, we will do testing, we will do delivery, we will take the feedback. We will take the feedback for every release. We are going to do that. Client feedback is the most critical part in the agile methodology. Client feedback is the most critical part in the agile methodology. Budget of the project is not fixed, requirements are not fixed in the agile, right? So this is we need to do as part of project development. In order to develop the project, we need machines, we need servers, we need storage, we need database. That is called as infrastructure. I need a server to run my application. I need a server to review my code. I need a server to store my artifact. I need a server to create container. I need a server to do the load balancing. I need a database. I need a network. I need power. I need computing. I need a backup. Lot of things are required to develop and run our application. That will be provided. That is called as infrastructure. If you have money, if you have resources, that means if you have manpower, if you have money, then you can go for in-house infrastructure. Means you have to purchase everything and you have to configure everything and you have to maintain, you have to manage your infrastructure, which is costly and which is risky. So that's why people are moving to cloud computing. The future of the IT is a cloud computing only. You just focus on your development. The infrastructure will be provided by cloud provider. You pay the money, you use the service. So what is this cloud computing? It is the process of delivering the resources over the web on demand basis. When you need, you can take it. When you don't need, you can return it. It is the on-demand delivery of IT resources. Resources nothing but it can be a computing, it can be a power, it can be network, it can be server, it can be database, it can be storage, everything. Whatever you need, A to Z services are available in the internet. Cloud providers are available. What are the advantages? Less cost, scalability, availability, reliability, security, pay as you go, backup, recovery. There are so many things are available. They will take care of everything. They are responsible for that. You just pay the money, you enjoy the benefit. You focus on your development. You focus on your business. You no need to bother about the infrastructure. Cloud provider will take care of that. That's why companies are moving to cloud computing. Who are the cloud providers? It's not about one. There are several cloud providers are available like Amazon, Google, Microsoft, IBM, Oracle, Alibaba, Salesforce. There are so many cloud providers are available. Okay. Cloud computing, cloud advantages, and one more thing I explained, cloud services, cloud service types, IaaS, IaaS, PaaS, SaaS. IaaS means infrastructure as a service. They will give you servers, network, storage. You set up everything. You prepare the platform to run your application with your own interest, with your own configuration, with your requirement. You can create the infrastructure. Cloud provider will give you resource. You configure the things. You set up your infrastructure to run your application. Okay. Next one. AWS provider, AWS cloud platform, Azure cloud platform, GCP cloud platform. Like that, there are several cloud platforms are available in the market, right? What is AWS? AWS is one of the leading, AWS is one of the leading cloud platform available in the market. AWS started providing the cloud services from 2006, pay as you go pricing. You use, you pay. There are 200 plus services are available in the AWS. 200 plus services are available in the AWS. How to create free account? I have already shared a document in our Telegram channel. If you go to Ashok IT Telegram channel, Ashok IT official, there I have shared a document to create AWS free tier account. AWS free tier account creation. Good guys, within 5 days of time, we are able to learn almost 17 topics. These are basics, introduction. Everybody should know who want to start their career as a DevOps with AWS Cloud Engineer. Non-IT people, are you able to understand what is DevOps? What is AWS? Non-IT people, are you able to understand what you will do as a DevOps engineer in the company tomorrow? Everything will be practical here. 10 plus DevOps tools we are going to learn, 15 plus AWS services we are going to learn, complete project automation we are going to do by using this DevOps tools and AWS cloud. So after completion of this course with this AWS and DevOps, you can keep 3 to 4 years experience in the IT and you can attend the interview. Okay? It is not just a theoretical training, guys. It's practical training. It is a practical training. You can keep 3 to 4 years experience after completion of this course. Syllabus copy you can download from here. DevOps with AWS syllabus you can download from here. I give you the link in the chat. If you click on that link, it will open this page. Here you have download course content button. If you click on this, a PDF will open for you. What we are going to learn in this course, you can understand. Lot of syllabus, resume preparation, interview guide, real-time projects implementation, Dockers, Kubernetes. The most priority I will give for Dockers and Kubernetes because lot of demand is there for Dockers. Only on the Dockers and Kubernetes there are so many jobs. So it's very important to learn the Dockers and Kubernetes. All right, fine guys. Now, so with this, the introduction part got completed. Now we need to learn Linux because as a DevOps engineer, our work will be on the Linux machines. As I have shown you in my AWS account, I have created 17 machines. All those machines are Linux machines. I have configured Dockers in the Linux, Kubernetes on the Linux, Jenkins on the Linux, Sonar on the Linux, Nexus on the Linux, everything. We are going to configure these 17 instances, nothing but 17 virtual machines I have created in the AWS cloud. All these machines are created using Linux operating system. All these machines are created using Linux operating system. So as a DevOps engineer, we are going to work with the Linux operating system. Windows we will use for our personal purpose, but in the company, we are going to work with Linux. How to create Linux machine, how to install softwares in the Linux, how to create users in the Linux, how to work with the files in the Linux, that we need to understand. Once we understand the Linux, then only we will start with our DevOps. Without having the Linux knowledge, you cannot work with the DevOps tools because all the DevOps tools we are going to practice on the Linux machine, not on the Windows, because in the company, we will be working with Linux machines only to set up our applications, to set up our infrastructure. Okay, so we are going to learn Linux. Linux we are going to start. Okay, DevOps, you guys can attend. DevOps will start next week, guys. Next Monday, DevOps will start at 8:15 a.m. IST. Linux, I will cover this week. Linux I'm going to take from next Monday at 8:15 a.m. DevOps is going to start. Okay, good. All right. Fine. Next, in order to work with Linux, guys, from tomorrow, we need to work with Linux. In order to work with Linux, you no need to purchase a Linux computer separately. You no need to purchase a Linux computer separately. I'm going to show you how to create one Linux machine in the AWS cloud so that we can practice our Linux commands. So to learn the Linux, we no need to learn the Linux, we no need to purchase a separate computer. Already you guys are having a Windows computer, you have a laptop, or you may have a desktop, right? Now, how can we practice Linux using this AWS cloud? So I have already given the document to create the account in the AWS cloud. So I hope you already created the account in the AWS. Once you create the account in the AWS, go to your AWS account, go to services. Here under the services, you have a compute option. In the compute, you have EC2. Click on EC2. As I mentioned, EC2 stands for Elastic Compute Cloud. EC2 stands for Elastic Compute Cloud. By using this EC2, we can create virtual machines. Now, EC2 instances. If you are not able to see that, go to this search option, type EC2. Click on EC2, virtual servers in the cloud. Click on this EC2. Click on the EC2. Instances, there are 17 instances already available, but currently no instance is in the running state. Instance running 0. Now, I will create one instance. I will create one instance. Guys, when we are going to create a EC2 instance, some concepts we are going to use here. What are those concepts? Let's see here. Now I am going to take EC2 service in the AWS, right? EC2 service in the AWS. I think let me close this. Observe carefully. We are going to start our lab task, right? I'm taking one EC2 instance. EC2 instance. EC2 instance is nothing but one virtual machine, that is a VM. That VM I'm going to create with Linux OS. It is free. EC2 instance I'm going to create with Linux OS. Now, whenever we create a EC2 instance in this AWS with Linux operating system, it will generate one public IP. It will generate one public IP to connect with that instance 172.31.32. Something like this. One public IP will be generated. Using this public IP, we can connect with this EC2 instance. Now, sir, what if other people connected to my EC2 instance with this public IP? So that's why AWS providing a security for our instances by using a concept called key pair. For our EC2 instance, we are going to choose one key pair that is called a PEM file. It is a public key, private key. A PEM file will be available. So this PEM file, this key pair is a combination of public key and private key. AWS will store that public key and AWS will give you private key. That key we will use to connect with the instances securely. If this key file is not available, people cannot connect with the EC2. So when we launch our EC2 instance, one public IP will be generated. Public IP will be generated. For this instance, we are going to use one key pair. Key pair is the combination of public key and private key. Now we created the EC2. Now we want to connect with that EC2. We are the users. Now we want to connect with the EC2 instance to practice our Linux. From tomorrow, we need to practice our Linux. So to practice the Linux, we need one machine. Instead of we are purchasing that machine, we are going to create the machine in the AWS. Which service we will use? EC2, Elastic Compute Cloud. Using this Compute Cloud service, I will create one virtual machine with Linux. That virtual machine will have a key pair, public key, private key. Now I am the customer, I am the user. This is my name, right? Now I want to connect with this Linux machine. To connect with this Linux machine, I am having my Windows laptop. This is my personal laptop, which I'm using to take the classes. In this laptop, I am going to install one software called MobaXtram. What is the software, guys? We are going to use one software called MobaXtram software. This MobaXtram software I'm going to use as a client to connect with my EC2 instance, right? Using MobaXtram, I'm going to connect with the EC2 instance. I need to have a file. For this MobaXtram, I need to give that PEM file. Okay, PEM file is already available in EC2. We created that PEM file. Whatever the PEM file we have created in the AWS, that PEM file we need to give for MobaXtram also. Using that PEM file, my MobaXtram will connect with the EC2 instance, right? This PEM file is containing private key. The PEM file which created in the AWS will contain public key. Why this public key and private key is used? This public key and private key is used to connect with the EC2 instances securely. Are you guys clear with this key pair concept? That key pair concept is used to connect with the instances securely. So now I am creating a EC2 instance. I created 17 instances. Can you connect to my instance? Can you use my instances now? You cannot. You cannot. Even if I give my EC2 IP also, you cannot connect. Why? Because you don't have my key file. I have the key file in my system. You don't have that key file in your system. If you have the key file, then only you can connect. So that's why we should not share these PEM files with anybody. These PEM files are used to connect with our EC2 instances securely. Okay, now go to your AWS. Whenever you create the account in the AWS, by default, key pair will not be available. You go here in the EC2, there is a concept called key pair. Okay, already I have one key pair called Linux. You can create one more key pair if you want. Now I'm giving the key pair name as Ashok IT. I'm using the name as Ashok IT. You can give any name for the key pair. Ashok IT is the key pair name. Key pair type. Do you want PEM file or you want PPK? I want PEM. PPK I will explain later. PEM file, right? Key pair type is RSA and type is PEM, right? So Ashok IT is the name of the key pair. Key pair type is RSA. Format of the file is a PEM file. Click on create key pair. Now see, the moment I have created the key pair, that PEM file got downloaded. You need to save this key pair securely. You need to save this key pair securely. Go to downloads. Ashok IT PEM file got created. Let me go to our class folder 04 DevOps. I'm saving it. Ashok IT PEM file is created. All right, PEM file is ready. Next, go to EC2. Go to EC2. Now I'm going to show you how to create one virtual machine. How to create one virtual machine. I will give you one document also, guys. You don't worry. I will share a document also how to create the virtual machine step by step. Doc also I have prepared. AWS Linux VM launching. How to launch one Linux machine in the AWS. I am going to give you this document where detailed steps are available how to launch the EC2 instances. Now I will show you in the live. EC2 instances currently running 0, right? Now go to launch instance concept. Click on launch instance. Choose Amazon Linux. Free tier eligible. Free tier eligible. Click on select. Click on select. T2.micro, as I mentioned, free tier eligible. Configure instance. Don't change anything. Don't change anything. Don't change anything. Don't change anything. Now, finally, we are going to launch. It is asking which key pair you want to use. I have two key pairs. Ashok IT key pair is there. Linux key pair is available. You need to choose this Ashok IT key pair, whatever we have created, right? You can create your key pair. You can choose that key pair. You can launch your instance. A key pair consists of public key that AWS stores, a private key that you store. Together, they allow you to connect your instances securely. Can you read this statement? Key pair consists of a public key that AWS stores, a private key that you store. Together, they allow you to connect to your instances securely. Now, as I mentioned, public key, private key. So using public key and private key, we can connect with the EC2 instances securely. All right. Now select this key pair, acknowledge, launch. That's it. We are able to create one Linux machine in the AWS cloud. Currently, instance state is pending. It will come to running state. It will come to running state. Say this. Wait, you can give some name for this. You can give the name as my Linux VM. My Linux VM. Save it. Now see, running state. You can see that if you select this instance, you can get this public IP. Public IP is available for this. Take this public IP. Using this public IP, we can connect with our Linux machine. Using this public IP, we can connect with our Linux machine. Which is software we need to use to connect with the Linux machine? Which is software we need to use to connect with the Linux machine? MobaXtram. Sir, where is MobaXtram? You need to download it. Go to Google, download MobaXtram for Windows. Download MobaXtram edition. Download this. I will give you this link to download. Right. I gave the link from where you can download MobaXtram. MobaXtram Home Edition. You can download it. Once you download the MobaXtram, now you can connect to this EC2 Linux machine to practice the Linux commands. Right. Public IP generated. MobaXtram is available. Now open MobaXtram. Open MobaXtram. It will ask to which machine you want to connect. I want to connect with EC2, SSH connection, remote host, public IP address, username. The default username is EC2-user, SSH setting, private key, Ashok IT PEM file we have downloaded. Na? Let's go to that location and give that PEM file location. Where that PEM file is available, go to that folder where we stored that PEM file and give that. In our files folder, I gave Ashok IT PEM. Open this. Take a screenshot of this, guys. In the MobaXtram session, SSH, remote host. It is a public IP, username, EC2 user, SSH setting, private key file you need to give. Take a screenshot of this. Take a screenshot. Here I am giving remote host. Yeah, this is public IP. This is the username. This is the location of our private key. So I'm using SSH connection from session here. Take the screenshot. This is IP address, public IP address. This is username. We are giving that username. This is the location of the PEM file. We are going to give that. Have you taken a screenshot in the mobile? How to connect with EC2 using MobaXtram? How to connect with EC2 using MobaXtram? All right. All right. Once you have taken the screenshot, then click on OK. Click on OK. It is connecting to my EC2 instance. That means the Linux machine which I have created. Now see, it is success, guys. It is success. I'm able to connect with my Linux machine. Date, today's date, calendar. Who am I? I am EC2 user. What is my present working directory? There are some Linux commands that we need to learn. Okay. So from tomorrow, we are going to learn this Linux, which is very important to learn the DevOps and AWS. You got my point? You got my point? Once you are able to launch one EC2 instance, once you are able to connect with the EC2 instance, once your practice is completed, you can go to state instance, select the instance, and you can stop this instance, stop the instance. You can just stop it. So tomorrow, once our class started again, I will start the instance. I will use it for practice. So same thing, once your practice is completed, you can just stop your instance. If the instance is stopped, bill will not be generated. Anyhow, we are using T2 Micro, 1 year free of cost, no bill. But anyhow, once your practice is completed, select it, instance state, stop it. The instance will be stopped. Once again, when you want to use it, again you can start the instance. Linux machine. This is a virtual machine. Now see, my instance is stopped. Once it is stopped, I cannot connect to that. The session got closed. If I want to work with this again, I will select it, instance state, start. My instance is going to start. Once it starts, then again I can connect to the instance. I will practice the Linux. Now you understand how we are going to learn this Linux. Now you understand how we are going to learn the Linux in this course now. Are we going to purchase a separate computer to learn the Linux? Or we are going to create a virtual machine to practice Linux? Yes, now my instance is ready. My mobile extram is there. Let's connect back. I'm using my mobile extram. I'm connecting back now. Whenever I start and stop it, my IP address got changed. So select this machine, take the public IP, SSH, give the remote host IP address, default username, EC2 user, SSH setting, private key, that is Ashok IT PEM file. Click on OK. I connected back. I'm able to connect to the Linux machine. Right. Then you can practice commands. Who am I? That means what is my username? EC2 user. What is my present working directory? PWD. What is today's date? Date command. What is the calendar? Cal command. So these are some Linux commands. So from tomorrow, we are going to practice Linux operating system. Linux is very important. For every Linux command, already the notes is prepared, guys. For everything, the notes is available. We will give you the notes also. And once I explain in the class, I will provide you the notes as well. Okay. For every topic, the notes will be available. For every topic, the notes will be available. Linux notes will be there. Linux class notes, yes. So tomorrow I'm going to explain you what is operating system, what is OS, Linux OS, history of Linux, environment setup, creating virtual machine, create AWS account, how to practice the Linux commands. All these Linux commands we are going to learn from tomorrow. Linux will take 5 days to 6 days of time. 1 week. 1 week. Okay. Clear for all of you? All these topics. Tomorrow, once again, I will show you how to create a Linux machine. Today, if you have time, you can practice because it's very simple process only. Create a machine in the AWS cloud, virtual machine by using EC2. I will share the document as well. And I will give the class notes also on daily basis. Fine, guys. Thank you. With this, we are done with our free demo classes. So from tomorrow, the regular Linux classes are going to start. The people who are interested to attend this course. So as I mentioned yesterday also, so this is a paid course. So you need to complete your enrollment process to continue the classes from tomorrow. Right? So free classes completed with today. Thanks for joining. I will share the details to complete your enrollment process. Thank you, guys.